Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Please respond. Please respond. We have one person watching, it says.
Yeah, that's what mine says.
It could be me.
It could be Ashley.
Or one really
Did
prompt
you tell your
metalhead.
mother?
Yeah.
Is Sarah watching?
Oh, my boys look so handsome. Hi, Matt. Hi, Mom. Thanks for watching.
We're gonna play Dictator first. Is that cool?
That is cool. Yep.
Any other
I made the mistake of rubbing my eyes.
Any other requests about song?
I have no
Order?
preference. No, I have no preference there.
And then you'll have to say your album name and like. This is your most recent recording, right? How recent?
A little under 2 years.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Such a happy song. It sounds all like crispy and like tinny.
Where's it coming out of?
Out of here.
Oh, okay.
Invisible box.
Yeah, you should get
It sounds like one of those old boom boxes.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm learning
Some
to
Walkmans.
share. I'll slowly get there, I promise.
So yeah, the YouTube gets to see everything we do all the time. Yeah. And people can comment and say things if they choose to.
If you pick your nose, you're going to get caught.
It's true. Everybody pick your nose.
Yeah.
I do it often. You got 2 noses. You get it. You gotta touch.
Well, especially in winter, it starts to get cold and starts to get icicles off the end of it.
Yeah. And it just like runs uncontrollably.
Yeah, then it becomes one with your mustache. You're like, I don't care. I'll just deal with life until I go inside.
We have 2 people now. We're talking about boogers.
Woo! Boogers in mustaches.
With
Frozen boogers.
Angelic Desolation. Do it. Do it.
So is it just streaming through YouTube, or there's also like that there's the radio, like web radio? Is that how that works?
Yeah, this is international, so it goes.
Okay, nice.
It's actually out of Greece,
Oh, okay, awesome.
so it streams out of Greece and then it counts listeners all over the world. So, and it plays 24/7. And if you want to play at your place of employment, 90% of the time you'll give you a free ad.
Okay.
But it is pretty hardcore to metal and shit. So.
Not for all the
like
companies,
Max
yeah.
Guy or a tattoo shop or something.
Yeah.
It's the mechanic, if you ever seen it. Well, you're a mover, so in the truck.
Well, I've had it before where like your Bluetooth speaker's outside, just in the garage, and like a little girl walks up and she just starts crying. And I was like, what's going on? And you just like just pointing at the speaker and just crying. Like it's just music. You're okay, it's just music.
Wow. Kids are soft nowadays. I remember my brother was like, "You're not gonna listen to that shit anymore. You're gonna listen to Slayer and Skinny Puppy." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm gonna take your stuff. You're doing what I say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be.
and he's like, "Stop crying.
Yeah.
Stop crying.
No, I mean,
Just enjoy.
Like,
Listen to this. We're gonna hang out.
we've
We're
been
gonna
doing each other
bond."
for a long time. We would like throw my younger brother and his friends. Like, we throw them in dumpsters. Like, they were doing what they were supposed to. Listen to music. Like, oh no, Slayer sucks. Like, all right, just dump it in a dumpster.
That's like the older brother thing.
Yeah, I was listening to New Kids on the Block, and he like burned my.
Yeah.
He took my tapestry and everything, and like.
Burned it, huh?
Yeah, in the fucking grill. He was upset.
Trauma, yeah.
He was real hungover, and it was real loud. But he came back and he made up for it, so it was all good.
Mine was Hootie and the
And look at me
Blowfish.
now.
David, I made him buy me that tape for my birthday.
Oh
And
my
we were
God.
at Camelot Music, and he like walked to the counter. He picked it up with his tooth, and he was like, and he just looked at me, just with such disgust. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. Because I can't listen to Hootie and the Blowfish
Got
anymore.
10 seconds.
I was like, oh, what?
Hello and welcome to Metal Mondays with the Metal Maidens on J&O Radio. I'm your host, Methylene Blue, and in the studio today we have our friends in Angelic Desolation. Say hello, guys.
What's up? What's up?
And who are you?
Hi.
Matt, I play guitar.
Max, I play drums. Leonard, play bass.
What do you
Ashley.
play? I'm gonna say didgeridoo today.
Didgeridoo?
Didgeridoo.
All right, Ashley's playing the didgeridoo tonight. And Bree, what do you do?
I'm Bree. I just
Bree
chill,
just
man.
breathes?
I'm just Breeing.
Bree, like the cheese. So, and we're missing one, right?
Yeah, Jay couldn't make it. Vocals couldn't make it.
So we're missing one, but we have the majority of the band.
Yes, this would be all of us.
Spirit.
Three
Minus
quarters. Hopefully Jay's with us in spirit.
He
Somewhere
is.
listening.
We'll try to make really crude jokes. That's what he'd be. If he was here,
Yeah.
he'd be saying things that are almost inappropriate. So we'll try to push that on it.
So what's up and what's new in the Angelic Desolation camp? What's going on?
Just busy writing music, planning runs for 2025, and then it's too early to announce, but we may have found a second guitar player we've been looking for a real long time, so that could be cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so just working on stuff with him, and we're more or less taking all of 2020. We're trying to hit the studio in winter, so we're like more or less 4 or 5 songs deep now. So we just want to keep writing. Probably try to do 9 songs for the new album. So just writing and hopefully training a new guy so that we can hit the stage and have a second guitar player.
And when are you thinking this album's gonna drop?
That is, when you say that, you'll always be wrong. If you've been doing this long enough, you know that. So 2025 sometime.
Sometime.
We got 365 days to figure it out once we hit 2025.
All right.
Oh,
Let's
maybe-
do a big
Hopefully
plan.
early 2020.
Yeah.
A big plan.
Or probably December.
Probably December. We'll figure it out. All right. So what are we gonna listen to first?
I guess we could do Dictator. It's a fantastic song about a fascist potato that takes over the grocery store.
All right.
Because of everything in the produce aisle, what does everyone love the most? Let's be real, it's probably potatoes. So the potatoes get word of that, and they're just like, well, we're supreme. We're supreme, and they just take over the entire. There's a lot of. If you read the lyrics, you're like, you can see what there's nods to without getting canceled. But yeah, it's essentially a fascist potato that takes over the entire grocery store.
All right. So our first song tonight is Dictator by Angelic Desolation on J&O Radio. Okay, so that's basically how it goes. So the next one, I'll make you guys do that. It's called a radio call when you say J&O Radio.
Okay.
And you do that at the end of everything. You just have to do a radio call so people know what they're listening to.
Okay.
So you can do the next one. Brutus McMuckus. Probably
Nick
one.
Mucus.
McMuckus. I already fucked it up.
Bruce McMucas.
And then do you girls have questions ready?
Yeah,
Or did I ask one of them already?
I don't know. I just have a list of ones that might fit.
Do you want to do it on the radio station or
Yeah.
or YouTube?
You got 3 minutes. So you can prep for 3 minutes.
Oh, I'm ready.
Prep.
Yeah.
YouTube land. Feel free to chime in.
So when it comes back, then you want one of us to introduce once the song ends.
Yeah, I'll prompt you and I'll be like, you can introduce your song and you can talk about it. And then when you're ready to play the song, you'll say, this is blah, blah, blah by blah, blah, blah on J&O Radio.
Okay.
You can do JNDOradio.net or you can just do J&O Radio. Either one's fine.
Okay.
So you guys have a good amount of music, so that's cool. We don't have to find things to talk about. It is okay if we go over. I just try to stay to the hour format.
Okay.
Now that we own our own radio station, we can do whatever we want.
Freedom.
But previously, when we couldn't go over the hour, so that's kind of just the format we're used to.
Okay.
We usually go over.
We do, since we had our own.
Because I like to throw some weird questions.
I like the weird question.
Yeah.
One other thing, when you put out an album, and you do all the PR stuff, if you do 16 interviews, 11 of them are 95% the same questions. You have to figure out a different way to be how did the band start?
Yeah.
Well, We'll tell the story.
I mean,
behind it.
Ross,
I asked. I like to ask off filter questions, and Cattle Decap. I always ask them like, what questions do you want me to ask
I wrote
you?
that one down. Yeah.
And they'll be like about our equipment. And
I
like,
wrote that.
tell me
She
about your
told me
equipment.
that, and so I always write it down. I was like,
What
that's
do you want me
good.
to ask you about?
Yeah. What do you play on? Because I never. You
Yeah,
wouldn't think
tell
to
me
ask
about your
that.
equipment.
Yeah. Which is very handy when you're like sponsored.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
my camera is very nerdy to me, so
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, people always like, what are you shooting? It's just your camera now. So, what kind of guitar do you play?
So how does it work if you go over it? It just like hard cut you off? Is that,
Oh, at
we
the
have like
other
a little
place,
buffer zone.
there
Yeah.
was a guy that came on after us
Oh, okay.
out east. Yeah,
Okay.
so he had a 2-hour show on after us, so we like were priming the audience for him.
Okay.
Well, we go over usually on YouTube, not the radio, right?
Yeah, usually the radio will play out and we'll finish up on the YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great way to spend your Monday evening. You can talk about music and 8 seconds.
Okay.
So I'm just introducing the next one, pretty much.
No, we'll talk for a minute.
Okay.
All right, that was Dictator on Jane Doe Radio, and we're in the studio today with our friends from Angelic Desolation. What's up, guys? Tell us about your band and where are you from? Where can people find your music?
Well, we're based out of Denver. If you have a phone in your hand right now, every social media platform we're on there. Not so much on TikTok because, so if you know us at all, you know we like to. There's fake blood and we do live abortion sometimes, and TikTok has a little bit more strict guidelines. So we've hit a few strikes on TikTok. So not
So are the Metal Maidens.
we're not nearly as active on TikTok because I'm not trying to get banned there.
Yeah. We have to be careful because
I noticed that.
butt cheeks and stuff.
butt cheeks. Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Even if you're not really like violating any terms, if you're just like overtly sexual, though,
I tried
Well,
to.
or if they think you're overtly sexual, I'm like, it's not my fault that it turns you on.
Yeah.
It's really not
Well,
my
no,
fault.
I mean,
and they're like,
That's on
cut
you.
it off.
We had to it's not a monetized video, but we like the last music video that we put out is just it's a one-shot take, and what it is like there's someone handing us kids from off camera and we're just chopping up the kids and there's just blood flying everywhere, but the kids like they have to be fully blurred out so you can't see their face or anything for
Oh my
obvious
God.
reasons. And every single time you put a kid down, because the parent is handing over the kid, like you're just screaming. So it just makes it so much better. Like, put the kid down, you just swing an axe, and like, yeah, that got kicked off TikTok real fast.
Yeah.
Even
That
even doing like a
lasts
10-second thing, like, hey, hit this link and go watch the real thing on YouTube. No. So, yeah.
Wow. I tried to post a Cancer Christ video on YouTube and they wouldn't even.
They don't even like the name.
because they didn't like the name. So I imagined that would.
They're like,
not-
no cancer in Christ.
Yeah,
No.
they're like, that's offensive. It was like,
Well, that's like
Thank you.
with how much social media matters. That's the last thing you want is like for years of hard work to just get taken away because you can't
Right.
really appeal that stuff. It's just over.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times it's
You
just
gotta
over.
Start over.
Amber had her whole page taken. I'm an admin, but I don't have enough power to make her an admin or to do anything. So it's just sort of in limbo, and I can't get it back because her Facebook got deleted.
Amber Navani?
Yeah, her our flea market page. We had a flea market for up north here, Obscura Makers Market. So now I have to rebuild it.
That
Yeah.
sucks. That does
Yeah.
take time.
It's a real cock tease too, because I'm like an admin, but I can't do anything.
When you're not talking to a human at Facebook either. That's not possible.
You're not.
So
No.
I get flagged for shit all the time. I'm like, I wasn't even on here. I was.
Oh.
I'm like, somebody tagged me in something. I don't know what the hell's going on.
no, we're all slave to that algorithm though. It is what it is.
Yeah, the music industry has definitely changed in weird and strange ways with the interwebs.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, do you have any questions for that, Ashley?
I do. I'm trying to figure out which one to start with.
Don't be shy.
I know. These were really good when I wrote them down.
What's your guys' favorite?
Okay, I have one that I just like to know. Not every band qualifies for this. I have a feeling maybe you guys do. If you had to choose which member of your band is the biggest metal elitist, Who is it?
The biggest metal elitist?
Yes, who is the snob? Who's the metal snob? All the death metal bands always have one.
It's definitely not Jay.
Yeah, Jay listens to just about everything. He doesn't care. Like when we would do like what was it for the last album we were gonna do? Like it was like between the four of us, what's your top 10 albums? And it was for like Ghost Cult Mag. And so all of us are putting like we took all the cool ones. Jay was the last one to answer, so he just starts answering stupid shit. Like I don't even know, like just bands I've never heard of. And you go listen to it, like, dude, you don't listen to synthwave. Like, why are you saying this is not an answer? So yeah, it's definitely not Jay.
Definitely not
So it's
Jay.
you.
Yeah, I'm like, is it me?
It's
It could be,
you.
I don't
Clearly,
know.
it's you.
Like I'll listen to everything, but I should probably change it about myself. But I'm definitely a quick to judge kind of person. Like if a new album, I'm like I listen to I fast forward to the intro, listen to like 30 seconds, like okay, I don't care. Next one,
Yeah.
that one's cool. I'll come back to that one. That's literally how I listen to the album the first time. And if I've nothing caught my ear, like I might not listen to the album for like at least another week or so. Like I'll move on to the next.
I won't
thing.
even listen to it unless it's live. First, if I hear it live. But I'm an elitist for sure.
I know, it
Yeah,
sounds like some
definitely elitist.
elitist talk.
I only
Okay.
I only listen to good music.
I've been
and-
called
but
a metal elitist.
I've been doing
before,
this a
too,
long
so-
time. Like I've been doing this a long time. Everybody's always like, check out my band. And I'm like, it's the one that goes. They're like, oh, you heard of us? I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, you're good.
yeah.
No, but I think that probably helps kind of drive what we're trying to do with being. Because you got to get your branding on point if you want people to remember who you are. So you're either the band that's on stage that like you're doing, for death metal, at least like doing super tech shreddy stuff, and everyone's just kind of standing still because you really got to nail those notes.
Yeah.
Or it's Party Satan, there's like Evil Satan and
Yeah.
there's Party Satan. You go Party Satan and you're like killing babies and throwing blood, and maybe you miss some notes here and there. So it's like that's just like part of being the elitist is part of that carries into like I want someone to remember you, or remember us when you're on stage. Like, maybe they didn't like you, but like I don't know who they were, dude. But there was babies flying. It was awesome. Like,
Doing whatever you do well. Whatever you do well.
Yeah,
Like that.
exactly.
I listen. People are always
Stand
like,
out.
what the first thing a dude will always ask me when I'm talking to a guy, he'll be like, so what kind of music do you listen to? And I'll be like, well, good music.
Yeah.
Like this one guy, he said, I was like, what kind of music do you listen to? And he's like, music where I can hear or understand the vocals. And I was like, or understand the words. And I was like, so we can't date.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Yeah. No. So you're out. But yeah, that's a distinguishing quality, I guess. But
I was raised by elitists, so it's not necessarily a negative thing. I'm just always curious because every band's got one.
Well, like
you know,
you can be an elitist, but you don't have to be a dick. That's the thing.
You
Is
don't
I
have
was
to be a
like,
dick, yeah.
like
Right.
you can still have opinions. Like there's nothing wrong with having
Right.
opinions, but you don't have to be like an ass to everybody.
right?
That's
Yeah.
way different to me.
well, and like those things like red pill, blue pill. Who would you pick? And people always talk shit about like Five Finger Death Punch and shit. And I'm just like, you know what? They did something different, and they made it. They got somewhere. People know their name.
They're making money.
So are you really mad at their music, or are you mad that you're not where they're at?
Well, I think they're terrible. I think I'm an elitist. as well. I
Yeah.
think
Well, they're not
awful.
my cup of tea
No.
either. But like they're
But
also
they
a
did
Denver
something
band.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can.
And
They
they
have a-
are a different kind of music,
they
and
res-
they do
they
the
have an
type of
audience.
music that they do well.
Yeah, they have an audience. You're right.
They have an audience.
I don't know if it's Marilyn Manson's audience, so that show will
kind
be
of trailer
interesting.
parky and like
That's weird.
sort of like
That's-
Kid Rocky.
We just
I
don't.
feel like,
I mean, everyone can say what you want when you're in a band and like, oh, these guys did that and they sold out, or they did that and I don't like it. But nobody really knows what happens. Like if you wake up to an email and it's like, hey, so and so wants to talk to you, like we want to get serious. Like you don't know how you're going to feel in that scenario. If someone's like,
True.
Right.
we will guarantee you this amount of money, you just have to do A, B, and C, and they guarantee you. Nobody knows what they would. You'd like to think like, no,
Yeah, so, like,
I would never do
A
that.
great example of that is Al Jorgensen, who went to college in Greeley, and his album that everybody wants him to sign with like Every Day is Halloween
Uh-huh.
and stuff.
Winston.
It's like his first album. It's really like it's tech synth poppy.
It's the Winston.
Yeah, so he
yeah.
sold out for that, and he won't even sign it. So he's the most metal elitist I've ever met. He will not sign it. He'll tell you, get that trash off my fucking bus. He'll throw it out the fucking door.
He has changed since that. He is
He
now
tells you.
performing that album.
Is he?
Yeah.
That is a real
as they
big
wrap
stretch.
up the ministry
He's
live.
he's
experience.
not a fan. He was like, I only made that shit to get a record deal.
I actually.
He
like
told
that.
me that. I
like
quoted
that
it in an
album.
article.
I do.
Everybody loves it.
It's good.
Everybody loves it. I love it too. But like, that is, he just did it to get a record deal.
Yeah.
It's just it's about
and it
swallowing your
works.
own pride is really what it
Yeah.
is. Like, do you want your name attached to this or not? You know.
Well, if it gives you the
So
opportunity.
everybody
to
go make a
live your
pop
dream.
album and then go metal, and then you're good.
Yeah, well, just have a, like a
There's
surname.
always been
You
talk
just
about
a
that.
country band with a
Get
bunch
the
of
money
surnames.
and then-
Don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then go into it with that money.
So as far as you guys are now, you're the band with the aborted babies on stage, right?
That's more or less why we just went face first into that branding. Because when we did it once a long time ago, and then people who were there were just like, "You're that dead baby band. You're that dead." Like,
I mean,
all right,
abortion
let's
is
just
one of
lean
those
into it.
hot subjects that probably gets Googled a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, on the last album, like the second track, "Shake the Baby." I mean, at one point, Colorado had like we were like leaders in shaking babies, like kids dying from shaking babies.
So people
like,
wouldn't
let's
even
make
know
our
that if
anthem,
it
let's
wasn't
do
for your
this.
song, though. Let's
Yeah.
point that out right now.
Awareness, yeah.
Let's point that out right now.
It's okay.
People always get mad about like people singing about horrible, evil, bad things. It's like, but if you didn't hear a song about it, how did you know it happened, and how could you keep yourself safe from it if you didn't know it existed?
Yeah.
It used to be better because it used to be, more taboo, but now it's so cool. Like, I don't know, we might have to shift.
Yeah, like suddenly it's too cool. Like, all right, we got to move away from abortion. It's too cool.
Like,
now.
are
Yeah.
you sure you don't want to ban us somewhere
Yeah.
for this?
They definitely want to ban you for it, but
Okay, good. All right.
yeah, no, they definitely want to ban it. Anything that is your choice, definitely.
Well, I mean, also, it's we have the shirt for it too, for Shake the Baby. And yeah, you have you bring up the point of we may have put some eyes on something that maybe needed more eyes. But there's also the funny part of it too, because like the shirt for Shake the Baby is just like dad is just like shaking a baby to death because he won't shut the fuck up because he's trying to watch the game, and so like dad's just like drunk shaking the baby because he's trying to watch the football game. So like there's definitely the twisted sense of humor in there too. Like
Yeah.
it's not all butterflies.
It's kind of like the where's the beef.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys remember that lady?
I do.
I used to have a t-shirt and I never understood it as a child. And now as an adult, I'm like, I really wish I still had that t-shirt. But, all right, so enough talk. Well, you just listened to Dictator. What are we going to listen to next?
Tell him, Max.
Brutus McMucus by Angelic Desolation here on Jane Doe Radio.
Killed it.
Good job.
I forgot about that.
You got all
like, I
three.
wasn't
There's
gonna
3
say it.
things you got to get.
Did you come up with that name?
We have 3 minutes. You guys like 3-minute and 40-second songs.
Yeah, no, it's
So we
when we designed the set list, it's like, hey, every song's about 4 minutes.
there's a lot of catering towards like so many. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not shit on anybody in particular, but so many local bands just like play too long. They're like, dude, I don't even want to watch Cannibal for 45 minutes to an hour. Like, I got shit to do.
My
So
back
it's like,
fucking hurts.
let's just go like 3 minutes, 4 minutes top, straight to the point. Because it's the thing, like, if you bore people, they're gonna go smoke, and they're gonna bring 3 people.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, how many times have we seen Cannibal Corpse? Like, I love seeing them every single time, but like, you're right. If they play for too long, I leave
Yeah,
because
I don't
I've seen
care.
it. And I-
So yeah, if
and
you're a
I'm
local
tired.
band, like just play 30 minutes. Like if it's your CD release show, you can play 45.
But if your
sure,
songs are like about as long as your songs are, that's really good.
yeah, it's
Like-
like just enough to get
Like
that
we
point
had,
across.
we had Violent Testimony. It was on for like a minute and a half.
Grindcore.
We had to talk a lot.
Minute, that's kind of long
man.
for grindcore.
Yeah,
They
you
were-
can't
that
make
was
that.
the longest
Concept
one. That was the
album I
longest
see.
one.
Yeah.
So it makes it hard to talk on the radio, but like, I love that sort of
Right,
music
in and out.
live because.
Well, it's
We
like
got
we
17 more songs for you. 4 minutes. All right.
just know if we write long songs, we're not going to want to play them live. And then we're like, hey, why are we recording this? We're doing this all
Like,
this
why are
work,
we
and we're not
doing
going to
this
do
for
it live.
ourselves?
Yeah.
Well, it's like I don't mean it in a dickish way because there's plenty of people that write long songs that are cool, but I'm just like, you're not like Metallica, you're not Rush. Like, just get to the point, man. Like that's
Yeah.
definitely just a personal maybe.
Dude, those songs
elitist
I
opinion,
skip
but-
though. By mistake.
No, they're good, but it's just
They're
like
good, but
you're
do you
not.
really sit there and listen to them?
I have a hard
I
time
skip
with
them on
like
the car,
more
yeah.
than 4 bands on a show. Like I hate
Oh yeah,
those-
we see
if
6
it's pop,
bands.
it's
Oh
like,
yeah.
like Chaos and Carnage. I was like, it's too much.
Oh my
man. It's
god,
like
yeah.
8
I was so
bands.
ready to go home too.
I could write about all those bands. Like, give me 3 bands and I am
That
happy.
show started
Because
at
then they
4:30
play
in the
for 45.
afternoon. I don't even get
Yeah.
off of work till 4:30. That shit was bullshit. I was like, fuck this.
They were good bands. It was fine.
But
Their
yeah.
sets were kind of shorter, which was the one nice
Yeah.
thing. But that's still the best show I've gone to was Ministry, Frontline, and Gary Newman. Because it was 3 bands, and like I think Frontline played for 45 minutes, and then Gary Ministry played for an hour.
Well, the last thing you want, like, I don't know if you're big or a small band, the last thing you want is for people to be like, man, I wish they would stop so I could go do something else.
Yeah.
It's better to be like, they didn't. They're not going to play that last song.
Yeah, we're all
I'll catch them
waiting
next
for
time
our
they come
songs.
through.
that
Yeah,
we
like
wanna
that. You
hear,
want
yeah.
people there. You don't want them bored.
Yeah.
It's interesting how people listen to music. The one thing that's constant throughout history is live music. So it's cool to see how it evolves and how it's changed.
It is actually, I am now, because this is new since I started reviewing concerts, like now I don't know if I like a band until I see them live.
So,
Where
That's-
before,
yeah, that's why
it was
I'm
different,
like that.
but now, because I
You
saw,
can make anybody sound good on a recording.
Mhm.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you see them live and you're like, holy fucking shit, these guys are
Not the same
awful.
band.
Yeah.
no, there's one band I was obsessed with. I don't know if I should name them. They're a big band, huge. And I saw them live, and I don't fucking listen to them at all anymore. Can't
You
stand
were
them.
like, nope.
Yeah, I was like, they are overhyped.
Okay, now I want to know.
Yeah, I know. I can't say it. I can't say it. It's
Oh,
too
now you have to be the neutral
They're-
journalist.
They're not.
Welcome to my
band.
world.
They're
They're
a
not local.
big band.
Oh, we just went another song.
They're, they're a big deathcore band. That's all I'm saying.
3 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, you can talk about this song afterwards because I'm definitely not pronouncing that shit. What is that?
Pterodactyl.
What?
That's
Terror.
pterodactyl.
The terror.
The
Oh,
pterodactyl.
it's not. That's
It's
pter-
like terror.
Oh, I was like, that's not how you spell pterodactyl.
All right, well, you guys can talk about this song after it's over in 3 minutes.
sounds good.
But yeah, it's all good stuff. It's been a long day at the office. The front desk kid didn't like come into work today because he went to Canada or something, and like, I don't know, he's tired.
It's an interesting reason I'm not coming to work. I'm in Canada, dude.
Like it's the
Can't make it
first
today.
time he hasn't come in, and like I was just like of all days today, and so I had to hang out all day with the boss, and I couldn't leave. I usually leave early.
No, but that's how young kids are. They don't.
Yeah,
Anything-
he went
anything
on
you
my
gotta
trip,
work.
so he's like, you know, probably tired or just got back from Canada or whatever. But,
Maybe he's listening to this. They're like, fucking Amy, really?
yeah,
You
he
talking
will
about
not. They're all like fundamental Christians.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hence why all their children work there. Yeah. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm like, fuck you. The other day I went and got my hair cut, and I was like, don't make it too short on the sides because I like don't want to lose my job. And then they like did some dumbass fucking shit, and I went back and got my hair cut. So I was like, go ahead and cut it as short as you want. Just say that shit if you want to.
I'm out.
I was like, honestly, I just don't care anymore. I'm like, you need me.
Sometimes it makes
Why hide?
it easier to go to work, though. If you don't, like, yeah, your attitude's not the best, but it makes it easier to go in. Like, okay.
My attitude would be better if I was getting paid a fair wage.
Yeah.
I have like 3 pages of bills I can't pay on this fucking job. So, you know, I'm exhausted all the time because I work multiple jobs, and I'm like, you pay yourself plenty of money, and you're never here. Like,
You can pay me a little bit more, and I am here.
he can pay a bunch of teenagers minimum wage, so he could definitely pay me more money. But yeah, it's it is what it is. I definitely didn't put myself to college to work here at that place.
Yeah.
More like this. More like the stuff I actually do. But yeah, that world in there, the print shop world, it's not reality. It's, there's a lot of churches. We print a lot of church stuff.
Yeah.
That's really nuts.
Is it a big church area in London?
Yeah, we have a lot of churches. Mhm.
There's a lot of old Christians around here.
Sure.
For sure.
Is that Loveland just kind of an older town?
Yeah, third most popular retirement capital in the nation.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It used to be anyway. Arizona, Florida,
Arizona.
and Northern Colorado. Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
I grew up here, and I don't like going anywhere other than you guys' houses. I'm like, get me out of
22
this town.
seconds. Yeah.
Get me
I
out
hate
of
it.
this town.
Yeah, I live in Greeley. A lot of old people in Greeley.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fairly bad.
I'm in Fort Collins, and that's okay.
No, I mean, we love you, really. We love you.
Sorry, lady. The Moxie's cool.
They know. And I lived in Greeley.
All right, hello and welcome back to Metal Mondays with the Metal Maidens on Jane Doe Radio. We're in the studio today with our friends Angelic Desolation. Say hi and introduce yourselves again, buddies.
What's up? This is Matt on guitar.
Hi, I'm Max, drums.
Leonard bass.
And Ashley.
I'm Ashley. The didgeridoo.
The didgeridoo, and Bree's just some
I'm
cheese.
free, just free cheesing, man.
Cheesy over here, Bree's cheesy over here, and I'm Amy or Methylene Blue. Okay, so what did we just listen to?
That was Pterodactyl Man.
There you go.
What was that?
Pterodactyl
Can
Man.
you spell that without looking at it?
P-T-E-R-R-O-R.
He's done this too much.
Dactyl.
You know you're going to be on a spelling bee. All right, so we kind of just rolled right into that song. So tell me about that song. Like, first of all, like, how do you guys record your music? Where do you record your music? What's your process?
We use
this album.
We use Han. Well, for this one and the last EP, we actually used Han Audio. He's out of Parker here in Colorado, I believe. Taylor Hahn is awesome. He knows he's very good at what he does. It sounds as good as
Taylor?
it sounds as good as it does because he's a very good engineer. But as far as the song goes, I believe this one Jay would be the better guy to ask, but he's not here. This is
Jay.
This is a homeless guy who essentially he kills people for crack. And his hallucinations the whole time while he's on crack, he's got like cardboard taped to his arms, and he thinks that he can fly. And so he thinks he's flying around trying to kill people for crack. But he's not really flying. He's just kind of like in his own little world. So it's like more what's going on in that guy's head. And if you were to view him from the outside, like he's probably just like sleeping in his own pee. But that's not really what's going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. So that song was called what again?
Pterodactyl Man.
All right.
The pterodactyl. There's a silent P, or you can say you can pronounce the P. It's up to you.
Do you pronounce the P in your pterodactyl or do you not?
Pterodactyl.
I
Is
don't.
it hard?
I don't.
Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl.
Okay.
If you purse your lips before you say the T, it becomes silent and harder to say.
Gotcha. Right. Well, I'm going to take your word on that. But, okay, I have a question before these girls ask you any more questions. And quickly, without looking, what t-shirt are you wearing?
Nice.
What t-shirt are you
I'm
wearing?
Aeon shirt. Aeon shirt, yes.
Gorgatron.
Nice.
War Crown.
Yeah! They really didn't look, folks, for here on the radio. Just
They peek at the
trick
YouTube.
question.
They're
They're
no.
I spent 20 minutes, cycling through to pick
You
this
gotta
one
make
out,
sure,
so
hey,
I'm
don't
aware.
get-
Change 3
if
times.
it gets out of control, we can just put it outside.
Okay.
We
We might have
can
to.
put him outside.
Yeah. Nah, the
Sorry, bud.
Me
case.
or the case.
I get in
Or
fights
both.
with inanimate objects on a regular basis.
They
So
do
I'm
be
not,
getting in the
I'm
way.
not alone. All right.
What? Do you guys have any more questions for me?
I
Has
do.
a few.
Cheesy question.
Yeah, the first one I want to ask is smart-assy, but I want a smart-ass answer. Who is Paco and why is his taco truck satanic?
Well, see, I imagine that he lives somewhere in Southern California.
Actually, Paco is from Texas.
Oh, Bob's from Texas? Oh, that's
When we
right.
met
Yeah.
him.
See,
Oh, yeah,
there's
we
a
met
Oh, so we
story
should
there.
play this song
Can I
next, I
get
think.
some context?
So the idea here behind the song is that times are tough for Paco, so he sells his soul to Satan, and he's just making tacos for Satan, and Satan's helping him pay his bills. So it's just like
getting by.
satanic taco truck essentially is what's
Okay.
going on.
We just get
Times are
along.
tough. Yeah, times are
Okay.
tough.
Stories all the time.
Recession.
Yeah, you should play that one next.
Yeah, I moved it up.
Okay.
And I think that was our first single off the new album, and usually commonly that's the one people like oh
I
yeah,
like
play
Paco and his
Taco.
tacos.
No, when we were on the road, there was a guy who he was like, I'm just here because I saw your guys' ads on Facebook and it said Paco, and I'm like, I'm fucking Paco, man. He's like, this is a song about my taco truck. He just showed up, and that's why he was there.
You're like,
because-
he's like, I really do exist.
Yeah.
Or did you guys breathe him into existence?
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
It is a
Stranger things have
possibility.
He exists because of you.
All right, so you want to introduce this song?
Yeah. Jason, Leonard, Charles,
This is Charles.
Halloween.
This is Paco Satanic Taco Truck from Angelic Desolation on Jane Doe Radio.
Killed it.
That was perfect
Actually,
questions.
I like this
That's a good one. I wish we had like the system hooked up in here, but like my system in the living room isn't even hooked up right now. because the wires were like fried, so you get those. They were all like, electrical people.
That sounds like a good way to start a fire.
There's a fucking tape deck out there. No, there's speaker wire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's a fucking tape deck out there. And a record player.
I mean, we made 50 cassettes for the new album, and they moved.
I love cassettes.
Yeah, people like them.
I'm afraid to play them though. I will say that. I'm not afraid to play my records, but I am afraid to play my.
That is a weird thing that people are
Because once it starts to unwind, you're like,
Yeah.
and then either you get it back or you lose it.
Yeah. But once it's done with it's like an original pressing and shit, because I have original pressings and shit. Like, my brother was going to Slayer when albums were coming out new, and he was buying everything because we had like this thing. Like, he showed me metal, right? And then he went to a show. He went to see Slayer, Rain and Blood, and I flipped the fuck out because I couldn't go. So my mom gave him a bunch of money to buy merchandise for me. So that was our gig then. He was like, do that every time. Every time. So I have like all the original shit from every fucking show, and I have all this ticket stuff. So he just like would give it all. He's like, here. He just gave it to me.
That's awesome.
And then he would give me a swirly for making him buy me a Barbie for Christmas. So he was a good brother. But yeah, that was I have like a bunch of original Slayer posters, t-shirts, all kinds of shit. So and other bands too, not just Slayer, but
Yeah, I don't have anything of metal, but my mom, my brother and I inherited her albums, all of her vinyl, and like she's got like unopened Beatles Help. She's got like unopened Alice Cooper stuff. Like, we just thought the price tag on it. Like, so maybe a rainy day fund, maybe to a collector one day. I don't know, but she got some.
I
my
think
prize
mom was like totally chill like that.
my prize and joy out there is Waylon Jennings. It's a Waylon Jennings album. It's a little old.
I like
45.
Yeah, but it's really rare. So,
I like
but it was my mom's.
I know she.
But I'm
Willie
named
Nelson.
after a country song, so yeah, you know the Willie Nelson story.
I love Willie Nelson. I like classic country a lot.
A lot better than modern country.
Oh yeah.
My mom has many secrets. We won't talk about them until she's dead.
Not Willie Nelson secret. Yeah, you should.
You've said too much already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an
Picking
odd
up
family
what you're
story,
saying.
definitely. My mom is still alive.
Sorry, Mom.
My mom and dad are divorced, though, so I don't know if that means okay. And she can't remember. She had to start. So. She doesn't remember it, the shit that she told me or that I experienced as a child. She doesn't remember that shit. I do though.
Yeah, I mean, my parents were very like against me. It was my brother played classical piano, and I was in classical guitar, and I just started playing metal, and they didn't want nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're going to keep his lessons. We're not going to keep doing your lessons.
Being
But
creative
sometimes-
is cool until you're doing something I don't like.
But I almost think like that's also fuel too. Like, if parents weren't like, I don't think you should do that. Like, tell that to a 12-year-old,
Right?
and be like, fuck you.
Okay, high five on that.
Yeah.
That's how I am too. Yeah, same scenario. I got shit all over. I'm like, okay, so you encourage me to do all this creative shit, and then you shit all over it, and don't take it seriously.
No, it's true. My parents encouraged me a lot, and that's why
But
I
look,
started
she didn't take it seriously. Look at her
trash
now.
memory, you know?
Like she laughed at me when I said I wanted to go to college, so I fucking. All right, that was Paco's Satanic Taco Truck by Angelic Desolation on Jane Doe Radio, and we are talking to the guys in the studio today. Say what's up, guys.
What's up?
Hi.
Thank you for listening.
What else do we got tonight? What are we gonna listen to next? What do you guys think?
Think we should listen to that one next?
Yeah.
Suspense.
I think-
Suspense.
I think it may be a different song.
People on the radio don't know what we're talking about. They can't see.
People in this room don't know what you're
Ashley
don't
know.
what's happening.
I think it's one of Matt's favorite songs. He was talking about it earlier, like quite a bit. What is it? You want to
Shake the Baby.
shake the baby?
Okay.
Yes. We if you've been in Colorado a while, perhaps you know, perhaps you don't, or maybe I'm about to learn you, but we've consistently been at the top of the rankings for most amount of children killed for shaking them to death when they're infants. So we had to make a song about it. It's only right. But, sometimes a kid just won't shut the fuck up when you're trying to watch the TV. Dad gets mad.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where did you find these statistics? Did, like this just pop up in your Twitter feed?
No,
or,
like, there was probably like
They-
those like 2:00 in the morning conversations where like everyone's on a little bit of drugs and like maybe some alcohol and you just like start talking about dark humor stuff and then songs get born in those scenarios.
And somebody
Or you
Googles-
start businesses,
and
like
somebody
at 3 in the
Googles
morning.
shaken baby syndrome in Colorado.
It's
Okay.
but I mean, it
Everybody
worked for
Google
us.
that now
Yes.
and look that up.
But I mean,
Um,
that's
see,
what's
we're
kind of
told
pushed us into
Google
the
is
branding. I
Still
mean,
here.
Yeah.
that's why, I mean, once if you've been a fan of us for a while, you know that we have, before we actually cared about touring or taking anything seriously, like pretty much almost pre-internet, when you're like super young and you don't care, we did like some live abortions at a show and people just thought it was awesome. And we just
So
decided
you're like
to
reverse Catholics.
we just like tripled down on it. Like, well, everyone wants to see the dead
immediately
babies.
when I say your show, like I always think about I used to date this guy and his family is Hispanic and his grandmother was very old fashioned, right? She's hardcore Catholic and she would go to the church and they would make dead babies and take them to people and
Awesome.
knock on their door. Right. So every time I see your guys' show or think about you guys, I remember her and I think it's like the reverse of that. Like I remember one day she's like, I don't think I want to do the dead babies this week. And I'm just like
There's real, I mean, because ours like come with an umbilical cord and like it takes probably like an hour to make an entire baby. I mean, there's
maybe I
there's
should hook
definitely
you up with Grandma D.
Hey, yeah, man.
She's got the
If we had an
baby
old
making
lady slinging
skills.
dead babies for us, that'd be pretty cool, honestly.
Grandma D's pretty sweet.
An old Catholic lady. Yeah.
Only
Yeah.
Amy
Yeah,
would
when I
have
brought
that.
up with that guy, I was
Even
really
better.
sad about his grandma because she was cool. We were tight.
But if she doesn't, well, also if she doesn't get offended and she's like willing to sign up with us, perhaps we're doing something wrong.
Exactly.
Well, or
That's
she's
the
really
red
cool.
flag.
She is really cool. I mean, she is pretty. She's
I don't know any other old ladies selling dead babies or giving them out, so she sounds cool to me.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking cool, man. So yeah, Grandma D, if you're listening, these guys need some help with the dead baby skills.
Some dead babies.
But yeah, so you are like
Fuck
reverse
them.
Catholics, right? You're like, we're out here
Yeah.
aborting babies
How
on
are we not going to
stage.
get flagged on
Like,
YouTube?
so do you how do you get the babies to be aborted? Do you put out calls on social media for pregnant women to come to your shows?
Well,
Or
we source them ethically and we like
Yeah.
plant them in the backyard.
yeah,
They sprout.
okay, like
Yeah,
Cabbage Patch.
Yeah.
Call them up
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Harry
Yeah,
Potter
like-
movie and they
Yeah,
spray
yeah,
them.
They go
Yeah,
water
okay.
throughout the season.
See, this is how you can tell our age difference here. I say
I
Cabbage
just think
Patch
about
because she
the
thinks of Harry Potter.
The screaming baby.
It's true, the Mandrake.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, the screaming Mandrake.
Yeah, if you like, so the song "Shake the Baby," there was we made a music video for this one. We filmed it out in Slam, Dakota, in 2023. So it's a live video, and when we're allowed to, because we usually get told we have to clean up a giant mess, no matter what we're doing. And so the real big mess is like when you have the girl on stage, there's a bag of like 30 babies underneath her with a blanket, and you're just pulling them out like a giant Dr. Monster, swinging them and tossing them out to the crowd. And like, yeah, I mean,
Fake
it's a
blood
big cleanup
everywhere.
process.
Have
when
you
do
guys
that.
got to open for Zoomed yet?
We
Or
haven't.
Matt?
We've you
Or like,
sent
you
messages in DMs, and hopefully one day like
Matt-
I'll read your DM.
Matt
you know?
Harvey, what's up, buddy?
What is up,
Throwing
Matt? We got the
that
same
out
names.
there.
Like we can talk
Or
about how
like
cool
who
it is
else?
to be
Like
Matt.
Ghoul is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like I could see you guys opening for Ghoul or
Or I'd go to like a
Zoomed or-
barbecue or something
What's
like
Matt's
that.
other
I'd go.
band too? Doesn't he have another gore band?
Oh,
Just
you
have a
are.
Matt day.
I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna text him your website. You have a website?
We do. AngelicDesolation.com.
I'm gonna spam you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, you'd be surprised. Most people in bands are really cool, really down to earth, and they stay in contact. Especially when you're in the media, like Ashley's figuring out, huh? It's nice. They're very nice, but some people aren't. But yeah, he's pretty cool dude. You guys like.
Well, we
I
were
think it would
talking
be a sick show.
when we did the Slam Dakota, where the music videos from that year when we were there. We were talking with the guys from Troglodyte, and a couple of those guys, yeah, they intertwine with that entire like
Yeah,
cool crowd
they
barbecue,
do.
and so
You're right.
those talks had started, and like I said, you try to talk in DMs.
Who
And,
else? You just saw somebody and they said they were playing with Guar. Somebody in Cancer Christ or something.
Yeah, Tom.
So I don't know if he's like I don't know who he is, but they just get a new guitar player. So we'll see
I
when
don't
they
know.
come through in October.
Cancer Christ would go with you guys too, because they have a whole like. I don't know how to describe it.
How do you
no
describe it? What do you
abortions,
call your
but-
style of music? Like how do you describe your music or label your music if you had to?
So we have on our hoodies we have our little moniker down the side. We actually, the guys from Platisma Graphia, they've been around for real, and they were like originally Orgy for Satan.
Mm-hmm.
When we were first starting, they were like, you guys are like grindcore, but it's not sloppy, it's just fucking razor sharp. So they called us Razor Grind. So we just rolled with that, and then we found out there's a grind band called like I'm gonna fuck it up, and everyone on the internet's gonna hate me, especially since this is in Europe. And it's like Tang Leche, something like that. TNGLECHE. I don't know, but they have an album called Razor Grind. And so people were like, their fans showed up in our comments like, well, fine, we sound nothing alike, so we put the Americans, like we call it American Razor Grind. And I didn't make that up. Like, you don't want to give yourself your own name, but like if we're making somebody's fans mad,
it fits,
yeah,
right? Yeah. So so that's kind of interesting. Razor Grind.
I saw that on your guys' Spotify. It's like official.
Yeah.
There.
Well, the thing is, like, if you
Metal elitist.
there's so many bands like, well, we don't sound like, we sound so different than everybody else. And like, okay, like you've heard that a million times.
Yeah, and like, I mean, a lot of metal does sound similar. A lot of things are similar, but like, when bands stand out, they stand out. And like you said, you have to have a gimmick. You have to stand out. People have to remember who you are. So definitely, the Dead Babies make you stand out.
I mean, that's your thing. You're trying to.
Like, even if people don't remember your name or can't pronounce it, then they're gonna be like
that Dead Baby band.
the Dead Baby band. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
Somebody says the band with the Dead Babies, I'm like, oh, Angelic Desolation.
yeah,
And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, it works the other way too, because if you go and you're super offended, you're still gonna promote us because you're gonna tell 4 of your friends like, they're disgusting. I hate them. Or so babies, like you're still telling people about us.
Just for the record, you're against baby shaking.
I mean, I don't judge. Like, good and bad is subjective. Like, I just am. And I don't know, maybe the baby was being too loud. Like, fucking just make another one that looks just like it, right? Like, it's not that big a deal.
So you're on a like case by case basis.
Case by case for sure, yeah.
It's on a sliding scale.
Yeah, we're gonna go through bullet points before I give you my actual answer.
Okay. Cool. What about you? Are you against it? Are you against babies being shaken? Or are you for babies being shaken?
I mean, it is the brand, and like we like to stay on brand.
Well, trademark, yes. Pro baby shake.
He's like, really
Yes,
good.
it's like that's not a four.
That was like a
No.
political. That was great. Yeah, that was
We
great.
make you guys band shirts. I have shaking baby syndrome, some weird shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're actually.
I'm running for things, shaking.
Shake me.
No, we have some merch that we ran out. We're going to reprint it. We haven't had it for maybe 2 years, but we make these like 12M size onesies that have the logo on the front and on the back in letterblock that says "Shake Me."
Yeah.
So I'm like, those sell real fast. We haven't.
Oh
had
my
them for a
God,
while,
really?
So, yeah.
That's fucking great.
People buy them who don't even
I
have
have
kids. Like, I'm gonna have a
grandboys.
baby just so I can put them in their
Yeah,
face.
I have a new grandboy. He's like
Right on.
almost 4 months old now.
He would fit in them just fine.
It makes daycare awkward. Good times.
Yeah.
Or Christmas or anything like that.
Then everyone at the daycare is gonna be looking you guys up. So
Exactly. See, that's all it is. Like, just drive it right back to the Spotify numbers.
All right, so who wants to introduce the song that we have been talking about for so long now?
This is "Shake the Baby" by Angelic Desolation. Listen in here on. Oh my God, I smoked too much weed before.
Jane
Doe
Doe
Radio.
No.
Oh no, I think it froze. Shit.
Reload.
Play it.
No.
Dead air.
Dead air.
It's okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It just adds more suspense because they heard there's a music
Dun,
video.
dun, dun. Yeah.
Is this the one that was at the festival? This is their brand
Build
song?
up to the
Okay.
song.
Better. Yeah, I got stuck. It's an imperfect system,
It's got to go to Greece. It takes a second.
We're striving for perfection in an imperfect world. Whatever. We're metalheads. We fuck things up. It's fucking great.
Exactly, right? Just roll it.
I mean, like, I think it's comical now just to fuck people's names up and shit. I don't even try anymore. I don't try to get it right because it's just funnier if I fuck it up.
The names are.
Yeah.
I'm sure the guys in Sandwich or Sugar Bug or whatever. Like, I'm
Bug?
sure they're.
Standard
That's the one I can't
Yeah.
say. But if it's easy, I'm not. No, or like I'll forget what I'm saying and it's like, yeah. That's my favorite one.
Yeah, no one even tries to fuck up our name anymore. Kind of sad.
No, I actually had a hard time
I
with
think
it.
I was like, what is it? Angelic Desolation?
Like, oh, that's
Once you
actually
get it,
pretty
you get it. Hey, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
when
couldn't
I
read
said it out loud, I
pterodactyl.
was like, I'm an idiot.
I was lost.
Very hard.
I was lost with the pterodactyl. So
I was lost with it.
there's your next EP. Lost in the pterodactyl.
There you go.
Yeah, there's like some bands try to be super deep and like we're not that. It's just,
Yeah.
you would listen to it and like read the lyrics and you'll be laughing. Like, no, we're not trying to like put some omnipotent message out there. We're like, oh, we're
There's some squeal in there. Some squealy
a little bit.
Our friend Joe used to do the greatest squeals.
Yeah, do a little bit of it. Yeah, do pig squeals, lows, highs,
Yeah.
whatever with it.
You remember Joe?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. I haven't thought of
He
him
did
for a
the
little while.
best squeals.
He
Oh.
was a good vocalist. Joe Pickett, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He's great.
Joe's mom and I are still friends on social media. She might even be watching it. She's like one of my biggest fans. It's great.
Hi, Joe's mom.
There's always like 1 to 3 moms participating somewhere, like whether
Yeah.
if you're on live, like, oh, I'm going like some handsome.
Your mom's pretty
I'm one of those moms. I'm definitely like love to see my kids succeed and shit.
Yeah.
My son just opened up like we just started a YouTube, like a Forge YouTube.
Mhm.
I don't remember what it's called. I'm a horrible mother right now, but
Like you're trying to be a blacksmith?
yeah, he
Okay.
built like a forge in the backyard. It's his
Nice.
like 3rd or 4th one. But him and his little brother were doing it. But this looks like just his YouTube. But,
Like
he's
with
on my
steel, like
Facebook,
structural
I'll share
steel
it.
beams hanging down and you can slide it. Like,
no, like a small one.
oh, I was like, that's pretty good for 2 teenagers.
No, I'll share it. I might have already shared it on my Facebook, but I'll
Okay.
share it. I'll send it to you and you can look at it. But it's
Okay.
cool. And he made it. He did a whole video of how he made the forge and everything, and like, and then another video of him like firing it up and making shit in it. So, I mean,
No,
I
I
like
mean,
to listen. I
they're
like
not-
to learn how to do shit. I'm a micro learner.
After
Man.
that
I mean, they're not,
conversation,
that's an investment to make a forge. So, I mean, if you stuck
Yeah.
with it, you could honestly, like, you could have a little niche there. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
if you've been in the Ren Fair, you like want to buy, this Damascus sword, and it's like $1,200 or whatever. So,
Yeah.
There's money to be
No.
made.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. We used to do medieval sword fighting, so.
Yeah, I
definitely-
remember when you were a LARPer.
I'm still a LARPer. I'm just
Oh.
old and broken. I
Um,
fucking still kick ass though, man.
I have a great question for when we come
Ew.
back, Amy.
Huh?
I have a good question for when we come back.
Okay, 20 seconds.
Okay.
And we're not talking about my LARPing, okay?
Okay.
Deal.
I mean, people from far away might actually
No.
enjoy that.
No.
It is a
No.
big community.
The
you
only
know?
sword
It is.
fighting we're gonna do is with lightsabers.
didn't know where that was going
I
at
did
first.
Hello and welcome back to Metal Mondays with the Metal Maidens on Jane Doe Radio. We're here in the studio today with Angelic Desolation. Say what's up, guys.
What's up?
Howdy.
What's going on?
And we got Ashley over here. She's still playing the didgeridoo tonight.
Yep.
Still
Over here in the corner with Brie and her cheese.
And my cheese. I wish I would have brought cheese.
All right, what did we just listen to?
That was Shake the Baby off
Yeah.
Orchestrionic Abortion.
Clearly everybody's favorite song besides the taco song. Right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yours is the taco song?
Yeah.
All right, let's vote. Taco song?
Taco song.
It's just me and you.
No.
They all like Shake the Baby.
What's your guys'
Shake the Baby?
favorite?
All you guys?
Favorite off the album or between those
Oh
two?
God.
Favorite? Yeah, off the album. Just to play in general, even.
H Chip Lab Attack.
What? Say that 3 times fast.
H Chip Lab Attack. H Chip Lab Attack. H Chip Lab Attack.
Is that
Oh,
practice?
you get a banana sticker.
Yeah.
You get a banana sticker.
Here's a sticker, man. Here's a sticker.
Oh.
She has a prize
I
bucket.
have a prize
Don't test
bucket.
this. So fun.
Oh, you didn't get a human
Those
piece
are
sticker.
good. Those are
Here you
good.
go. Have a sticker. Yay. All right. So that happens to be what we're going to listen to next, right?
Yeah.
So that was just like clever,
Yeah.
or you saw it from
No,
whatever.
that is my favorite song to play off the album.
Okay. Well, that was perfect because that's what we're going to listen to next. Do you want to introduce it? Or do you want to ask a question first?
Oh, she does have one.
I do. Maybe we should wait till after the song since you guys brought it up. Or
Whichever's clever.
Ask your question.
I'll
and then
ask
you
my
can introduce
question
it.
just because I'm very interested.
Now you're on the spot.
to see. Okay, if your band had a corporate sponsor, who would it be?
Okay, I know.
There were so many options.
I know
that
already.
went through her
So
head.
I was like, oh, I gotta run this one by.
I
Like,
have 2.
I don't know the name of the company, but like whoever makes like the vacuum tube for, like to get the abortion out of there, like
Okay.
maybe them.
Okay.
Because like if we had those like at the merch table, that'd be something no one else has. Like You can, yeah, that's what this is,
Yeah,
buddy, and
that's
it's
this
$500.
right here.
Yeah.
Or okay. Enough. What about you guys?
Man, I would think like that's a good idea.
That's a pretty sick merch stand.
I was
item.
thinking like Whataburger or something.
Some free food. Yeah.
Free burger,
I just
yeah.
want hamburgers.
You have to be seen on stage eating Whataburger.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
Yeah.
like burger, it's like
Alright.
2 burgers.
That's
For
not
precision.
bad.
How about you?
I don't know. That's a tough question.
I have like 3 in my head
Yeah.
right now. I'm like
I'm
beaming. I'm like,
Maybe Liquid Death. Maybe Planned Parenthood.
that's one of them. Yeah, Planned
Yeah.
Parenthood for the win, dude.
Yeah,
They
that
might
one.
actually take you.
You do like a fundraiser in their parking lot.
Mhm.
We
Oh,
actually
We'll just take all
uh,
your discard. We'll take your abortions and we'll
Yeah,
Let's add them to the
Start
bag.
here.
add
yeah,
them in
yeah.
the bag.
We'll just show up with all the dead babies. And
What else did you
Yeah.
have, Amy?
So the day after pill.
Oh, the morning after
Yeah.
pill.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
$30 worth of merch
and
you get a day
the
after
third
pill.
one that I had was the Pope. Catholics.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I was like, this band is gonna have some good answers to this one.
Yeah, because it's like the reverse psychology thing, you know.
I like the vacuum one though. That's
No, if you saw that on a merch table,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta go.
But
on
yeah,
that.
Catholics take the dead babies to
Oh,
the
yeah.
door, so like, wouldn't you guys be like their cheerleaders, their band?
I would think
Like,
so,
you would
I mean-
think so, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, look at how horrible this is, all these dead babies. Don't kill your babies.
Yeah, and like we've been doing it
Loss.
like way before it was cool. So like we're
Yeah.
on the same team, and they just don't realize it.
Yeah.
We can help each other out.
It's true. Yeah. So yeah, the Pope was the third one I had. And the Planned Parenthood. I think Planned Parenthood.
that is.
I think we should
Yeah.
do a fundraiser for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah. Dude.
You guys
in?
Well, yeah, because then what you do,
Yes.
no, and we hand out like flyers at churches, and then also to like 9 News and 7 News. Like
There you
everyone
go.
that shows up,
Yeah.
Right, you get all the demographics.
yeah, it'll be like
Yeah, the last one
All
we
the
did was
death,
a
but it's like
fundraiser
nothing
for,
but people that don't go to metal
alternatives to
shows.
violence. So we did one for alternatives to
Yeah.
violence, and now Planned Parenthood. We're in.
That could be
We're
fun.
in.
That is hilarious.
No,
You
because
heard it here first,
That
folks.
is- yeah.
no, and if news get like, I guarantee you, we'll get like 10 seconds on the news probably. Like you told like 7,
Oh, yeah.
9, like tell everyone like this is actually happening.
Yeah.
Someone will probably show up.
We'll definitely get in Westburg.
Or
Could do that.
get Reporter Harold on
Oh my God, the Reporter Herald. They would all have a heart attack. Those are such old people. Like
Yeah.
nothing happens here.
That's funny.
Nothing happens
Super-
here.
that was
I'm pretty
great.
sure most of Loveland City Council stands outside Planned Parenthood. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
We probably get the best
No.
results if I mean, I don't know if they have any locations down south, but just because Colorado Springs is so much more religious, you know, like
It's true.
might have a better turnout down there.
It's true.
yeah.
It's true. You're right. All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. We're planning this stuff. Hey, how's it going, Sarah?
Hi.
Sarah knows those guys.
Hello.
That's right. What's up?
Well,
So we're gonna listen to what next?
Age Chimp Lab Attack.
By
Angelic Desolation.
on.
Jane Doe Radio.
Sarah says morning after pill.
Yeah, morning after pill for
Yeah.
sure, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, $30 worth of merch and just there you
You
go.
could actually go buy a bunch of morning after pills and have them at your merch table and sell them.
Dude, that would
I don't know if there's any
Dude,
regulation
yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
I
because
think
it's
you should
medicine.
just
I don't know how
do
that.
that. But it's like over the counter.
That's a good point. Yeah, like
If
you don't get in
it'd be
trouble
the
for like
equivalent of being like, tip me for some fucking Tylenol.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm willing to do it until we get told. But yeah, like that's the thing. You just do it. And you
Yeah,
ask
you
for
told not
forgiveness.
to.
You don't
Yeah.
ask for permission.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And
Right,
then,
nobody heard any of that.
but see, then if we're handing that out, then maybe like you could play a bigger festival and people just start doing it in the pit. I'm okay with that.
Taking with
It's
morning
way better
after
than
pills,
karate.
right?
Yeah. Well, no, it's like, hey, we got this. We don't have this saves us time. I was gonna run to the store and we were gonna bang at 10. We can just bang at 6.
We can
I don't have to
bang
go to
in
the store.
pit and
Yeah.
then take the pill and we don't have to.
Yeah, like what if you have things to do?
So
Like
we
I gotta
don't
work
bang
at
in the
7.
fucking bathroom anymore? Is that not?
Banging in the pit now.
I thought
I mean-
people used to fuck in the porta potties at festivals. I thought that was
Well,
the thing.
I'm almost
Like
positive.
I don't know, but I've witnessed other people fucking in porta potties because you can tell.
Well, I know I've seen I've seen Extreme that,
You're not
that
taking
festival in
shit there.
Czechoslovakia. I've seen people I know I've seen at least fellatio in the pit and some of those just on stories on Instagram.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and that's that pit is that's in a dirt field. That's not polished concrete or anything. So
It's not
They're
really
getting-
surface.
yeah, they're
It's
getting
like the
crazy out
metal
there.
of Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting dirty. Dirty.
I mean, there's a whole EDM crowd, man, and they go to like 3-day festivals. Like they're eating ass on 4 days of festival. Like that's a different
Is that
person.
like the kid wearing the shirt that says I eat like
Yeah.
5-day festival?
It's a real
ass or
thing,
some
man.
shit? I'm like,
Wow. Wow.
No, and I mean, if you work with young people that go to those shows, like, is that really a thing? Like, yeah, man, you just have like wet wipes. Like, you don't just have wet wipes. There's something wrong with you.
no, you don't just have wet
Holy
wipes.
shit. Quite literally.
Wow. All right, so speaking of wet wipes, do you have any shows coming up?
Nothing for 2024 because we're knee deep in writing. We really, because that's the thing. Like when you were like, all right, we're gonna get like nothing good ever gets accomplished unless you have a plan. You
Right.
have your plan and you work backwards from there. Like we need to be in the studio by winter. We need to write 4 or 5 songs by the time like
Right.
November, December comes around. So like that's the thing. Like
And it's hard to stick to that plan sometimes.
yeah, but that's what you really. You can't just say
Something
we're gonna write an
pops up.
album. You literally like you didn't build a car. No one built a car without a plan. No one built a chair. No one built an airplane. Like you have to have a plan with structure. It's only you get anything done. So like that's what we're really just trying to like just hunker down and really write this album for this year. If something comes, if a festival drop off or something happens, we do it, but nothing on the books just because we need to write 5 songs.
It
or
slows
whatever.
it down. It's like
Yeah, because then you
you get a
can't
show
write.
and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, we got to practice for the show for the next like 2 or 3 weeks instead of.
Wait, what's this right now?
Yeah.
These are multiple video clips from various movies it's like probably 10 or 11 different movies, and then beakers breaking, and I cut it all up so we wouldn't get hit with copyright when we recorded it.
Not everyone,
Brilliant.
not everyone agreed that we should have this many chips.
Yeah, this-
Not everybody
It's a
agreed.
lot. It's a lot.
Thank you.
Not everybody agreed that we should have this many chimps in the what? In the recording.
Yeah, there was a lot of talking when that was being recorded. Yeah.
Hi, and welcome back to Metal Mondays with Metal Maidens on Jane Doe Radio. I almost called it 30-year radio again. I will probably forever do that because Bobby really ingrained the 30-year radio thing to us, like saying it over and over again. So, but yeah, if you go to 30-year radio now, it's easy. It's metaphysical music.
Yeah,
so
so don't go
we
there.
totally got airheads on that.
Train to go.
Yeah. Our old radio station. They went metaphysical. So that's why we have our own radio station now, if you were wondering. All right, so we just listened to AIDS Chimp Lab Attack.
That is correct.
I said it all in one.
Proud of you.
I can't say it 3 times fast. You can though. Leonard can. Do it.
No, I didn't say it fast.
I mean, I can't say it
Yeah, I
that
said
fast.
it. I don't know about fast.
I don't know.
It wasn't like
fast.
Eminem fast. It was like
Oh my god, it's already 8:00 and we have 2 songs left. You guys ready for this?
All right.
What are we listening to next? You have
Force.
2 songs left.
Yeah, well, this is our Cow Decapitation cover, Forced Gender Reassignment.
Ooh, I love Cattle Decap.
Oh, yeah, by Angelic Desolation on Jane Doe Radio.
So we
And then we'll do Barbara Destroyer next. What were you gonna say?
you always being a slave to the algorithm, you're always just like, if something starts getting really popular and you're like, oh, it's going viral, this and that. And like, we have just some of the live footage from, so like, kind of backtracking at Slam Dakota, we recorded our entire set and we turned Shake the Baby into a music video, but we have this song just caught up a bunch of live footage. And at one point, like when we first put this out, it was like up to 120,000 views like in a week. And so like,
Nice.
a lot of people really, really like this cover. You just don't know how things are going to go when you do stuff like that.
Right.
You just, however it ends
Yeah.
up working out, love it.
I mean,
love it.
people are like fanatics about Cattle Decap, and I love them.
They're fantastic.
I mean, they're one of my top
They're so good.
photograph bands.
Yes.
Definitely one of the
Yes.
ones I see the most. But like, you don't really think about doing covers of bands. I guess. I mean, is it fair to say that they're that young and they have been around for a while now?
Yeah, as
but
opposed to
they're-
doing a legacy band.
They're
Yeah.
still really current. Yeah, they're still constantly touring. I guess
Yeah.
it's like, you know what I mean? So
Well, that's kind of how. So the way we do covers here is like we go down the line whose choice it is. And this one, Max wanted to do it because he just the challenge on drums.
So,
but
what
we
if somebody
just-
wants to do Taylor Swift?
We do it. I mean, we might
If it's your
have
turn.
some beers and like tell you that
Yeah.
you're stupid. But I mean,
That's
But
we're a
if it's-
democracy.
yeah.
Someone say kid, I'd be like, let's learn this one really quickly. Let's get it.
Well, that's the thing is,
I
I was
know
like,
you put Taylor Swift songs, but like,
well, there's so many bands that, I mean, and it's not saying I don't listen to some of it too, but a lot of bands are like, let's do these pop covers or this or that, and that's kind of like a goofy cover. Whereas this, are like, let's just do something more modern that you just wouldn't like. They're still touring, they're still around.
Right.
Like, let's just cover one of their songs. And you either like the way a cover song goes, it's either like you either do it exactly how the band did it, so you don't piss everybody off.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do it right, they're going to be mad. Or you completely turn into something yourself, for like, you know, a country cover, of course, you know, of this song. Like, people would not know what to think of that. So
Right.
maybe that would hook them too. But like anything in between, you're just going to piss people off. Like, that was a terrible cover. I don't want to.
have you gotten any feedback from them on it?
I haven't. I mean, I've
Have you sent it to them?
went at the time.
Can
Like,
you point out a little bit?
at the time, and you know, it's like I said,
It's been 2 years.
It's been 2 years.
You're
So
working
like,
on a new
yeah,
album.
they're busy. It's fine.
So that's what we were discussing before.
They're busy, it's fine.
I mean, I have their number too.
You
Like,
know?
I'll text them. I'll be like, you heard this?
Like, hey,
No, I
by
mean,
the way,
and we're in the same. Like, it worked out really well when we were looking into the song. Like, dang, we're in the same tuning and everything. So
You're like, we
it's
could totally open for you.
yeah.
yeah.
We won't play your song, we promise.
Probably will.
Is that bad for him?
Just play the headliners' songs as your
Wear,
opening set.
wear your
Figure out their
t-shirts,
set.
all your own t-shirts,
But
and
play
then
Holy
play
Cattle?
their
Yeah.
set.
In
Faith
Colorado.
No More one time played as the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Really?
Awesome.
And they played their whole set, and they made these
We actually
horrible
joked about
costumes.
Oh
when we were
my
going on the
God,
road
He was
with.
like, "Fuck this
Amazing.
band! I learned their fucking set in the fucking dressing room."
No, we were joking when we were at the road with Human Paint. Like, we should learn like 3 Human Paint songs and just
Yeah.
play their stuff.
That'd be
That'd
funny.
be so funny.
You guys, they would probably love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You guys just came back from being
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
road with them, and
No,
they're
they're-
getting ready to go to Slam Dakota.
Yeah.
You guys are going to? Or
We're
no?
not going this
You're
year.
not
No.
going this year.
But they were super happy to hit the road. Like, just because like we've just over time have grown to be like good friends with
Maybe
them.
we should talk about that on the air in 20 seconds. Can you hold that thought?
Okay. Yeah.
All right, 15, 14.
We like those guys.
Yeah, we're good dudes.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to Metal Mondays with the Metal Maidens on Jane Doe Radio. We're here with Angelic Desolation. Say what's up, guys.
What's up, Radio Land?
And we're gonna play your very last song here in a minute, but we were just talking about how you guys just got back from going on a little run with Human Paint.
Yes.
And how was that? How cool was that?
It was fantastic. It was DIY touring. Sometimes shit's the bed. Anyone who's done it knows that. But we didn't want to give up the shows, even though it was just a short run. And as another punch in the gut, we had Obscene Extreme. They were going to go with us, or Obscene Worship. They were going to come with us, another local band, and they canceled kind of right at the last, for good reasons. So there's no hard feelings at all. They definitely had to cancel for sure. So grabbing Human Paint was kind of like a last minute decision, but they killed it. They had a lot of fun.
Good job.
Yeah, and they that's what you do like in metal world. You're a bigger band, you take out the smaller guys maybe for a little bit. How do they perform? Like, can they all handle each other? Do they like each other after 3 or 4 days? And like if
Yeah,
they do, you take them
they're
out for a
great.
longer run. Yeah, and they did awesome.
They're
Good
fantastic.
attitudes. Charlie, we had Charlie run on our merch table for a little bit, and he did awesome. So yeah, they're all really good dudes. It was a good time for
But I
sure.
like their energy because it pushed us
Yeah, they
to
have
be
great energy,
really
right?
good on stage as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I was their manager for a little while, and I stepped back from doing management for anybody, and I just do consulting now because I just have too much going on to like dedicate to any one particular thing.
Managing's a lot, especially if you were like
Well, yeah.
if you're just one person doing it, you got 2 hands in 10 different
Well, and
directions.
you don't really
Yeah.
need a manager at this level, but I'm just better at like pointing people in the right direction, and
Yeah.
I'm too ADD to hang out, and like people don't have the right idea, not them particularly, but about what a manager should be doing, and I'm too nice.
Well, it doesn't
Too
make
much,
sense.
and then
like,
they get spoiled, and then like
if you can, like, if you really sit down, like, I could do this all myself, and you don't need a manager. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to just stop being lazy. I'm
Yeah.
not saying they're lazy. I'm just
No,
simply
no.
saying, like,
no,
if
they're
you
great.
don't need a manager. Like,
They're
if you're
great.
local,
They're
you don't
doing
need
it
a
all
manager.
themselves, and that was my goal, was to help them and get them pointed in the right direction and doing all the right things for themselves, which they are now doing, except for one thing, and they know what it is.
Well, no,
They
no.
know.
And in all honesty, you like, even when you do get to like, you move away, you're like, okay, we're more on the national level. We're doing tours like pretty much in every state, or even people who are above that. you'd be very surprised at the amount of, at least in metal, the amount of guys who still do their own stuff. Because like I'm not paying somebody, like I can just do this while
And
I'm on
work
the
day
bus.
jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody
So
does.
people do a lot of stuff regardless,
Yeah.
even way above the local level. People are still doing stuff.
I love seeing national acts like do their own sound check.
Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know. It's
We played
it's nice.
Summer Slaughter in 2016, like as the second band, like we won like a battle of the bands to play there, and we see like Carl's just loading in his own gear. Like,
Yeah.
damn, Niall loads his own gear.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but you're just like, yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's a little bit of both.
Like,
Like,
that's kind of what Resident
well,
Rockstar
they
is
gotta
all
look
about.
at
You know what I
it.
mean?
I
Like
always
that's
gotta
kind of
look
what
at
the
it.
magazine Resident Rockstar is all about. Is about like everybody came from somewhere. Everybody came from someone's garage, someone's basement. Everybody started somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody has their version of garage days, I guess. But
Yeah, right.
that's where the name came from, and that's a lot of musicians are still doing it. If you want to make money in music, don't play metal.
Well, yeah, or like
fucking
you're
metal.
going to be doing a lot of things yourself. Like you
Yeah.
can't be hiring people to do all these things. You can if you want to, but you're going to have an empty wallet at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if you do it all yourself, you might end up with an
Still.
empty wallet. Like, if you
Yeah.
really want to make money in music, play country music or pop music. Those two things will. And R&B is like very high up there right now. But those are
Metal's
stats you
more-
gotta
But
keep track of. Like,
simultaneously-
be realistic about.
Yeah.
But like
Be
if you're
realistic about things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're playing music, like we were talking about earlier, if you play music for money, like for me personally, I don't feel like you're fully creating like to what you who you
Right.
actually are, because like
Anybody
this
can
money
make a
is
pop song.
moving that needle, and that's so you're not like truly creating like 100% who you are. So, but that's fine. I mean, different strokes for different folks. No one knows what they would do if you get that email and they're like, "Hey, I have a briefcase of money for you, but we want you to do these things." You don't know.
What would you do for a briefcase of money?
What'd you do?
Klondike bar.
Exactly.
I'd probably put it all.
I
in
would
Bitcoin.
do the Klondike.
Oh, that sounds cold.
You have to be paid to do that?
That sounds
Well,
kind
it's gonna
of
be like
spicy.
the thing is like
Sounds
unless you're
spicy.
attracted to the Klondike bar, like you're gonna be going in it with like rope, so it's gonna be really hard to get in there. It's like it's gonna be messy, dude. You're not making a straight hole
You're
through
not
there.
thinking
$1 million is $1 million.
Yeah, I guess that's the point. Yeah.
It's like $10.
I'll cut a
5
couple
cents
beers.
is 5 cents. I gotta make
I'm
it.
hungry too, so I'm eating it afterwards.
I guess that's a great segue into your last song for the evening, which is, do you see it?
Barbaric Destroyer
That's right.
from Angelic Desolation.
On.
Jane Doe Radio.
So yeah, now we're done. It'll play out, and then it'll play Mr. Bungle racist after you.
Nice. Oh, I didn't get to do any of my Hitler jokes. I'll come back.
We're still on the
He's like,
YouTube.
wait a minute.
Yeah, there's your chance,
Okay,
man.
Wait,
Good,
now you
good.
fucked my algorithm. All right, say goodbye to YouTube, folks.
Goodbye.
Thanks
Thanks for tuning
hanging
in.
out. Thanks, Sarah. Shout out to Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Bye, Sarah.
Someone's girlfriend's always on there,
It's my
and we
favorite
love
thing
them
in
for
the
it.
whole
Hey,
world.
that's like where we came from.
She needs to come next time, actually.
We just